Hello, I'm Miss Ellis. This week we are celebrating Patriots Day, which is on September 11th, and Constitution Day, which is on September 17th. So, in honor of those two occasions, I want to introduce you to this story called Dreamers. This is a story by Yuri Morales, and it is a fascinating story about one woman and her child who crossed over from Mexico as an immigrant and came into the United States. Now, this is a true story. She's telling her own story that happened in 1994, and that was like 25, 26 years ago. So this happened a while ago. I'm going to read you her story, and then I'm going to tell you some more about Yuri Morales. And she did the cover illustrations, and she wrote her story. And the pictures are fabulous. Dreamers. I dreamed of you, then you appeared, and together we became amor, love, amor, resplendent life, you and I. Can you see her pencil and she's drawing? One day, we bundled gifts in our backpack and crossed a bridge outstretched like the universe. Adios, corazón. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And when we made it to the other side, thirsty and in awe, unable to go back, we became immigrants. Migrantes, you and I. The sky and the land welcomed us in words unlike those of our ancestors. Now you can see very carefully in the clouds, it's written backwards, so you almost need a mirror to be able to see it, but it says, say something. What? Speak English. That's what the chimney smoke was saying to them. Give thanks. So all around them, they were speaking English words. Do you think she knew any English? None. There were so many things we didn't know. We were unable to understand, and we were afraid to speak. So she's looking at the map, trying to figure out where they were going to go, not able to speak any language, no English, and we made lots of mistakes. Can you tell what she's doing? She's giving her baby a bath or letting him play in the fountain. But the police is telling her that no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You and I became Canaanites. Thousands and thousands of steps we took around this land until the day that we found a place we had never seen before. It was suspicious, implorable. Can you tell where they found themselves? In the library. Unbelievable and surprising. Unimaginable. Where we didn't need to speak, we only needed to trust, and we did. Here, the lady is giving the baby a library card. Books became our language. Books became our home. Books became our lives, and we learned to read, to speak, and to write, and to make our voices heard. Someday, we will become something we haven't even yet imagined. But right now, we are stories. We are two languages. We are lucha. We are resilience. We are hope. We are dreamers, soñadores of the world. We are love, amor, love. And that's the end of her story. Now, in the back of this book, Dreamers, is her story, where she's telling you about her life and how she wrote this particular book. So I'm going to read just a little bit of it to you. All of us have stories. Each of them is different. This story began in 1994 when I crossed a bridge with my 2-month-old son Kelly from Mexico to El Paso, Texas. And though I did not know it at the time, to a new life in a strange and unfamiliar place, the United States of America. Once here, I was surprised by the quietness of the streets, the houses neatly lined up along the roads, and later by the cold winds of the San Francisco Bay in summer. I had come so that my son could meet his great-grandfather, Ernie, who was very ill and not expected to live much longer, and to marry Kelly's father, a U.S. citizen. I wanted to return to Mexico soon afterward, but was shocked to learn that because of U.S. immigration rules and my new status as a permanent resident, I was now expected to remain in the United States. I had become an immigrant, but could I possibly call this new place my home? Like most immigrants, I missed things that felt familiar. My family, the food, my friends, my job as a swimming coach, and my ability to communicate, to understand and be understood. In this new place where I did not speak the language, it was as if no one seemed to notice that I existed, as if my words and actions didn't count. In those first days, I constantly wondered if I would ever find a place where I felt valued. Then one day, Kelly's grandmother brought us to a building that would change our lives forever. We discovered the public library, and it was spectacular. I had never been in a place where you could just take books from the shelves without asking and without being scolded for taking them. And there were picture books, something I had never encountered before. And I could not believe how beautiful and sturdy they were. And then when I opened them, I was amazed at the power of their illustrations. Even though I could only understand very few of the words, I realized I could understand the story through the images. There's a little bit more to her story, but I'm going to stop there. So I hope that you have been inspired by Yuri's story. So when she got older, she wrote the story Dreamers. What is your story? I hope that you can tell me your story one day in a story. All right. We do have this book in the Spanish edition in our library, so I hope that you're able to check this one out when we get back on campus. I'll see you next time.